G'day Year 11, welcome back to another video. What we are going to look at today is lesson numero 8. So we're going to start looking at, over the next 3 lessons, the impact that communication technology is having on communication. So that's things like your phones, internet, social media. We're going to learn some shocking things about social media algorithms as well. Have you ever had that thought about, you've just said something and then 2 minutes later you've got an ad on your phone for the exact same thing. So the idea that your phone's listening to you and targeting ads based off your voice. Or have you ever even, it sometimes feels like you're thinking something and then there it pops up on your newsfeed. So some very scary stuff indeed. So we're going to look at and examine the impacts of that. But for now, we're going to do a bit of a general gist and a run through. So lesson 8 here, if you could, just lesson 8, thanks. Why has it highlighted everything? So lesson 8 here, write the date that you've done that, and that's on page 26, and we'll get started. So our dot point for today is the individual's rights and responsibilities in relation to communication technologies and citizenship. So this is our main focus here on communication technology. So I want you to tell me what is considered a communication technology. So you're very familiar with the concept of technology, but as I said, there are some examples there that we can look at about phones, social media, the internet, etc. So what I want you to tell me is what you consider to be a communication technology there in 4 lines. After you've done that, I would like you to work on this word bank, and we'll come back to it when we're completed. So this is a general overview looking at the impact that communication technologies has on individuals and society. So we're looking at a micro, meso, macro concept here. Second thing I want us to do is we're going to perform the research method of content analysis. So what that is looking at is I want you to read this cartoon or content, and then I want you to apply the concept of continuity and change and determine what this comic is referring to. So I want you to explain the answer. So remember, with content analysis, if we go to our syllabus, we're going to be using this in a qualitative way. So when we do that, content analysis as a qualitative method is where analyzing and interpreting themes, words or images from documents, film, art, music or other. So what we're doing is analyzing and interpreting themes, words and images, from this comic. And what we are doing there is analyzing and interpreting it to make a qualitative judgment about the meaning of the content. So what that is doing is applying the concept of continuity and change. So I want you to be looking at this, working out, the facial expressions, even the words and the image itself. What is it referring to? Explain your answer there. Now I did a little bit, so once you've done that, move on to here. I've done a little bit of research, or I had done, on how many, or the percentage of employers that are actually looking at social media profiles to screen candidates prior to an interview. So you may not be aware, but certain companies can pay Facebook for your data as they own it. It's not cheap sometimes, but a lot of companies do it as a way of screening you prior to you being hired. Now you may think, that's a invasion of my privacy. They can't do that. When you actually read the terms and conditions of when you sign up to something like Facebook, for example, there is a section there where you tick a box, or by saying yes, I agree with the terms and conditions, you're saying that anything you post on that social media platform, Facebook has the owning and editing rights to, so they can sell and distribute that data however they see fit. So yeah, that's interesting. So 15% of employees rejected candidates for posting inappropriate comments or videos. Okay, so that's almost 1/5. Okay, that's about a little bit less than a 6 of you may not be getting a job in the future because of an inappropriate comment or photo. 13% were rejected for posting negative comments about a previous employer. Now you may think you might only do that through chat or something with friends, but you never know who might screenshot something, post it elsewhere, and the things that they can sort of see and come up with are very interesting indeed. 12% rejected for posting images at a nightclub or party. So the impression there is that they're using, if we link back our last lesson on social control, they're using communication technology there as a method of social control. 11% of anyone posting about them drinking excessively. So, you know, if everyone has a photo on their Instagram and there's alcohol in their hand, or a cruiser, or a UDL, or whatever other lame drink that might be on a social media profile that a certain person may be drinking, you may get rejected for a job for that. And then even posting about using drugs or even implying it. So you can see there, if you add up all those percentages, you know, 50% of people may get screened out for any of those reasons above. So with that in mind, what I would like you to do is complete the activities questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So question 1 is, if an employer was to look at your social media profiles, would they pre-screen you out of the hiring process based off of these candidates? Explain your answer. Question 2, what does your social media accounts communicate about your social identity? So I want you in 2 lines, if someone was to quickly scroll through your social media account, what does it convey about your social identity? If you're not sure you can do this yourself without bias, maybe get a friend to do it. Okay, so have a scroll. Does it communicate that you're a party goer? Does it communicate that you're a happy family, go-lucky kind of person? Does it convey that you're very sporty? What does it convey? 3, is your predominant social media account, so predominant meaning the one that you use the most, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, is that an accurate representation of your life and personality? So this is where we're looking at the idea of when we looked at identity last semester, when we're looking at that idea of the self-identity versus the social identity, the personal identity versus the identity that you show everyone else. So is your social media account an accurate representation of your life and personality, or is it perhaps just the highlight reel? Explain your answer there for me. Do you think there is such thing, question 4, as privacy in the digital age? Justify your answer. I think that's a pretty self-explanatory question. And last but not least, are social media sites healthy for individuals' self-esteem? Justify your answer. So here I want you to make a judgment on whether or not they are good for your self-esteem. And if you answer no, why are you using it? Doo-doo. Anyway, that's it for lesson 8. Thank you.